deep in the heart of Texas.
We're in the business of winning.
Don't bet against me.
I don't bet anyway.
Lose your life.
Playoff thing where you just wanted to talk about it in general or the rankings or what?
I mean, I was going to ask who y'all think to end up in the Final Four.
Unfortunately, I don't think the Big Ten gets eliminated. So one of those two teams, right? I think
Georgia, Bama, one of those guys has got to be in.
that's the thing. So I was telling Ryan, let's say Bama wins out and then the Longhorns win out. Is the committee, and it comes down to that one slot, is the committee going to put in Bama despite the head-to-head, or are they going to be like, they played the SEC and beat Georgia, the reigning champ, so we're going to put them in? I don't have faith that the committee would stick to the guns on the head-to-head. I think they would put in Bama, as much as I keep telling Wright that we won the head-to-head. But I can easily see, it's probably actually 50-50 in my mind. I just can't go either way. I can see them like, we have to acknowledge head-to-head in this scenario. They're both champs. That's just a weird scenario that I thought of. I don't know. I think Washington is going to be the team that falters here. Not
Really?
not
I think they're almost like a shoe-in. Who do they have left to play?
Oregon State. There's a lot of teams in the Pac-12 though, and they got the Pac-12 championship, so they might play that to beat Oregon again.
But that's what scares me. Oregon, Washington, they just kind of move a little bit, maybe even stay in the top four.
Yeah, there's a scenario where there's so many
makes
one-loss teams.
Or
There's
Oregon. I think
this
Washington
year
or
is-
Oregon, I
this-
think will make it.
This year's crazy because Florida needs to get, like I said, I hope Miami can beat them, get them off, and then just edit that.
There's 11 Power 5 schools with only one loss. So that is pretty. There's still, obviously that's going to change throughout the year, but a lot of teams still in it.
But you can see the Big Ten can just win out because Ohio State, and then you got ACC, Florida State, and then
Hey, Ryan,
if the SEC wins out, that's going to be a huge problem because the Pac-12 could win out, and if the Pac-12 wins out, then there's no way Texas gets in.
Right, it's going to be a huge bummer. Florida State, Ryan, finishes the year at Florida, and then they have the ACC championship where Louisville looking pretty good.
I mean,
So-
Louisville technically could still be undefeated.
All
yeah.
these teams are going to earn it for sure if they go undefeated.
Louisville's 8-1.
It's the one-loss scenarios that are going to get kind of crazy here, where there could be a ton of these one-loss teams where, if like let's say Texas got in for the one-loss teams, it might make people like scheduling that game in the past has been like, we don't want to do it if we think our team is that good. We want to run the table. But if Texas gets in based strictly on just winning a championship, everything else, but they got that head-to-head against Bama, and then Bama, all the work Bama does kind of funnels up to Texas. Teams might be like, well, especially with these conferences, the new super conferences, there's going to be so many. We might
Ian,
for sure be seeing
are you
two-loss
telling
teams
me
get in.
you kind of want Bama to do good because it would be better for y'all?
Well, that's
That's
different.
good.
What I always went against was teams were not playing. And also I did root against OU, which is kind of coming back to haunt
that
Texas.
kind of
They keep
that
dropping.
really sucks.
It really sucks. But
It's a two-edged sword.
What needs to happen is Alabama needs to win, let's say by a point against Georgia, and Texas needs to beat the shit out of Oklahoma by like 20 to 30.
no, it's Oklahoma State. It's looking like
Oh, even worse, dude. They just make Texas look like a bunch of idiots.
they have owned us pretty recently. Yeah.
Oklahoma is hating it so bad right now, dude.
Dude,
It
you pay attention to Twitter?
Not Oklahoma Twitter. I'm sure it was mad the last week or two.
Couple of weeks,
Oh.
yeah. And man, I said it on here I was like, we're gonna find out if Oklahoma got up for a rivalry game or not. And 2 weeks in a row, they just fucking laid an egg. 2 L's. Or 3 weeks really. UCF, they won by 2 points, I think. So
Kansas.
it's rivalry games, man, which is such a bummer. Like Texas got to be kicking themselves. They'd be in the driver's seat if they had just finished that game off.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that play calling.
Oh, here we go, dude. Honestly, Nick, did the Aggies need another fan? Because long.
Oh, we're still alive. Hang on. We're still good. You want to offer up Ren as an Aggie fan? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, if you want him, he's just going to critique your team nonstop. If there's if it's a close game, you're going to get a whole bunch of everything your team did wrong, the shit you don't want to hear in the moment. And then when they win, you will also get should have been by more.
No. What happens is, so Steve Sarkisian has this reputation of, I'm inside the red zone, so field goals out the fucking window. So fourth and 11, we're going for it. Oh, first and goal on the goal line, we're gonna punch this in. First play of the game, we're gonna run a fucking wildcat. Like, we're so stupid. It's ridiculous.
The red zone play calling has been bad. The red zone scoring is very atrocious this year. But Rand, you can't argue with the results so far. And
I'm gonna tell you this: 10-point turnaround after they
when
did
other
that.
when other teams play close, you're like, God damn, they got good defense, dude.
That doesn't even sound like me. Anyways,
Ian, get your impression right at least, Jesus.
Bro, get it right. And I wouldn't go over to the Aggies because they might finish below 500.
They're not going to finish below 500.
Speaking of which,
yeah, I don't
Nick,
think so either. As
Jimbo,
upset as I am, I don't think we'll be that bad.
Maybe 500 then. But isn't Jimbo getting nod to stay, or am I reading that wrong?
Dude, so
I think he's going to stay.
Yeah, like he's going to stay because who are you going to get? That's the whole thing is I'm all for, like, if Dion was in the wings or some other guy, right? Like, I at this point, I'd probably be ready. I'd be ready for a change. But I don't know who we're going to replace Jimbo with. Like, I don't know if it's worth it, really.
Urban
Yeah.
Meyer?
Does the urban legend want to come back?
No.
Texas kicked those tires like 2 times in the last, like, 4 or 5 years.
I think
I don't think I want him.
I think Ohio State tried. I think Texas tried.
I don't think Ohio State tried.
Well, I mean, he went there, he won, he left. I think they tried to get him back.
No, Ryan Day's been there since he left.
I don't like the vibe of Urban Meyer. I'm not sure how well he'd do, like, with recruiting.
Oh,
and
I'm
stuff
sorry,
at this
Nick.
point.
Aggies don't like winning. You don't like winning?
Not after all of his scandals and shit. I don't think. I just don't know how, like, recruiting. I think people be like,
a little too much Ambien, Nick.
Oh, you don't like having fun? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Wait, is that the scandal we're talking about?
Wait, Urban Meyer did that?
Oh, wait, I think he banged a chick at a bar.
He did that, and then he originally got in trouble because one of his, like,
the party, and this is A&M. They don't like to party.
No, because, like, one of his coaches was, like, in an abusive relationship, and he didn't tell anybody. That was, like, his big fallout at Ohio State.
You're right, Nick. I'll give you that one. All the
and
shit
then,
I said.
Yes, and then he got the whole girl, and I'm not sure if he cheated on his wife and all that kind of stuff or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Herman was the one that ratted him out or something like that, right?
God damn, Herman.
That is right.
Tom Herman ratted him out. Something like that, for sure.
What a bunch of D-bags. All around.
Typical Texas, bro.
Hey, guess what happened? Urban Meyer wielded his power.
We're like, we don't pay rats.
Urban Meyer wielded his power, and now Herman is gone.
Urban Meyer is always riding, giving tons of praise to his
praise.
Maybe that's why they met with him. They're like, hey, we're not going to hire you as a coach, but just keep pumping us up on TV, bro, and we'll kick you some cash.
Stupid. All right, y'all got anything else?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah, we'll just end on that stupid note. All right.